Alright, in the theme of just doing demo videos for various strategies, etc., I'm going to take the opportunity to use this character, which was a hardcore OU character, which died when I went to pick up the phone. Despite the fact there was someone that should have been safe, but anyway, I'm not bitter, you're bitter. I'm going to quickly do a Vanguard and Survival, and just demonstrate how you can get a pretty decent time pretty easily. Or at least I think that's what I'm going to do. Why did I just accept the mission? I'm not thinking. At least I assume that's what I'm going to demonstrate. I know I've got quite a bit of experience getting relatively good times on this. But I haven't actually planned out a strategy I'm going to use. Basically, the reason I'm doing this is because my previous demo... Okay, let's do actually this. My previous demo on this... no, I don't have any sustainable source of imagination, and I can't get them until I go to number stage. Well, I technically can. If I farmed up barbecue blast hot dogs, I'd be good, but I'm not going to do that. So let's just quick cycle up and demo this. The method I was going to consider using was getting the speedy cap from the monument very quickly, but it's not worth doing that. I'd also have to run through quest chain to do that, which doesn't make for as good a video. So I'm just going to go in with what I have on me, and I'm not going to try, for those of you who saw the stream this character was made on, you'll notice that I did try an out of bounds glitch in here. I didn't succeed, but I'm giving it a go. I'm not going to bother with that. It's not worth it. Instead, I'm just going to go on a pretty low character and do my best to survive as long as possible. Now, the first thing to note is that enemies do not have full map range for where they can notice you. And that's really important to this. What it means is that if you stay up here, only like half the enemies will ever notice you, which is brilliant. The other thing to notice is that double jumping is good. Well, in general, just moving quickly is good because it means that stuff won't hit you. You may have noticed that one particular energy ball coming pretty close to me, but what you'll find is that most of them don't deal damage, mostly because, even if they seem to hit me, mostly because I'm moving too quickly. The server doesn't register them as having hit me. So as you can see, not really having any difficulties here. So in a run trying to go for a high score, yeah, in any run trying to go for a high score, what I would begin by doing would be... Wait, Harcranium 31 seconds came up there. Oh, that's bad. That was... How did I only have 1 damage dealt to me there? That's honestly bad on their part. I'll come around for that next time. Ouch. I know I was saying something there, but got distracted. But yeah, so the aim is basically just to keep moving, because if you keep moving, almost nothing will hit you. That's the reason why not only do I have quicksicles, but I also... Sorry, not only do I have health things, but I also have lots of quicksicles. Oh, that was bad. And yeah, you want to avoid attacking for exactly that reason, because attacking temporarily stuns you. I'm not expecting to be able to keep this up without quicksicles indefinitely. Be cool if I can. But I'm not expecting to be able to. So yeah, the basic loop is then just repeat this. And you can get as good a time as you need. This doesn't matter. Oh yeah, I was going to discuss how to tweak this method to maximize score. Yeah, this doesn't maximize score because score is calculated and the rankings on DLU are calculated based on number of points scored. Here, I'm not fighting anything and I more or less can't fight anything. Which leaves me in a difficult position if I'm trying to go for score. Okay, I should actually power up. Well, heal up rather. Yeah, so this strategy is terrible for score. What you want to do if you're going for score is you want to augment what's effectively this strategy with various extra boosts. So for instance, you'll want to get the Battlord Helm, so you're not relying on Quixicles, which I am going to have to start using in a second. I should also take a slightly different route. But yeah, rather than... so yeah, you also want to start working out how you're going to do damage with your loadout. For me, what I use for dealing damage is... if I'm really trying to do this, then I will take a late game character. And the reason I do that is because my late game characters, I can have the Mosaic Jester Cap. And the Mosaic Jester Cap is brilliant because for the price of only Imagination, it lets you run around and deal damage at the same time, and it's pretty unique in that regard. Most other damage dealing items will hold you still. And so basically I'm going to abuse that. The issue is that I need to have Imagination, and I can bring in tons of Imagination power-ups, but past a certain point that's not really sustainable. So how do I do this? Well, what I basically do is I go and get the Black Hood from Cole. What just happened there? I didn't see myself being hit by anything. I think that might be server side weirdness. Anyway, yeah, you can. That's really weird. I'm genuinely quite confused by that. This gives me an opportunity to reorganize my inventory a little bit. No, okay, that's annoying. So what I think happened there is, for whatever reason, the server didn't get the updates that I was still moving, and so all the stuff killed me a little bit further back than I actually was. It was as though I was suddenly standing still, which would explain why I instantly died. And, like, you've got to work with a server. There's going to be some server somewhere you're working with in any challenge. But yeah, so the strategy I then go for in those runs is to use Cole's Hood, which gives you 6 Imagination regen over a period of time. If I recall, actually, is it? No, sorry, that's a. I don't remember exactly how much it is. It recharges your Imagination for 60 seconds. And basically, yeah, just use and abuse that, because that, as long as you're on the ground, you can activate. Oh, I know why Harcranium's 34 seconds came up earlier. It's because he actually smashed stuff. And the DLU lead, that was a really bad move by me. And the DLU leaderboard is done by score most of the time. But yeah, so what you want to do is use Cole's Hood to recharge. You can also get away with using Hiccup Tablets to recharge Imagination, and then swap out to the Mosaic Jester Cap for dealing damage, and swap out for the Battlord Helmet for speed. And if you get low on armor, you can swap out for, I think it's the Ice Hood from Ninjago. You can swap out for that. And that will fix you in place for a second, but it is a method of recharging armor for only Imagination and requires no consumables. I did this I've done this strategy, I've done in a video in the past, and yeah, it worked incredibly well. I think I did 50 minutes of by 50 minutes of playtime, I'd amassed, and this is like constantly dealing damage to enemies as well. Enemies as well. I'd amassed a lot of damage, and I think only used like maybe 1 or 2 consumables. Or if any, I used very, very few. So that method is incredibly sustainable. Because you can always get more Imagination because you have Hiccup Tablets. You can always, very, very worst case scenario, you can pretty much infinitely dodge just with the Battlord Helm. And you can use that time to regen Imagination with Hiccup Tablets, and after regening Imagination with Hiccup Tablets, do this. After regenerating your imagination with your hiccup tablets, you can then use that to regen armor. So even if you get in a difficult spot, you'll still be fine. I'm going to try changing up the technique slightly. So in theory, if I go in a circle here, their shots are actually going to be off by more, because there's a period in time. The issue is that I bring the risk of having them all closer to me. However, yeah, if I go in a circle, I'm spending more time turning. I don't have those straights where they find it a lot easier to hit me. You can see they're finding it pretty difficult right now to land a shot. Still occasionally do, but that's pretty rare. And yeah, to do this better and better, you basically just want to really, really optimize your movement such that at all points in time you are moving as quickly as possible. So it's a general rule in LU. If you're moving uphill, double jump, flat, double jump, downhill, single jump. And at all times, basically, just try never to land. Try to minimise the amount of time you spend landing on uphill slopes. Now we are relatively easy survivor. Do I go for ultimate survivor? Yeah, okay, let's go for ultimate survivor. Just to demonstrate just how easy this is. Remember, this character has basically nothing on it. I believe I've used only one healing kit this attempt. And yeah, everything is just way too clumped up. The issue is, you may think, oh, this is brilliant, Ninja's clumped everything up. You can just use a big one to smash almost everything. If I did that, I would almost instantly die. Because big one fixes you in place. So it's not as simple as that. Ooh, and yeah. Oh no, that was bad. That was bad. Use that. That should get me a bit of time till that regens. And but I took a wider turn and probably aggroed some extra stuff. Yep, that's not great. Okay, there we are. That should be recovered. Don't like that spiderling being there. There we are. Okay. Had to do a little bit of recovery. But yeah, this is the fact that I've had to use as little as I have. Okay, I'm now playing worse. Yeah, basically a large part of this is the fact that you're keeping everything, by your motions, by the fact you're moving in a circle, you're keeping pretty much everything in a more or less predefined area, which keeps you pretty safe. Basically, so much stuff in almost anything I do which requires any technical gameplay is based around, not necessarily, it's very rarely based around me doing clever stuff that lets me deal extra damage. It's all based around me doing interesting stuff to manipulate the AI I'm facing. It's really about that. Really about ensuring that at any point I'm always in control of what the AI is doing. As long as I can say that, I'm almost always pretty much safe, because if I'm in control I can just ensure that they're never going to do something that damages me. Here this is a little bit harder. Because of course it requires you having a way of controlling what damage they do not do. And here I'm far less in control than I am when I'm, say, fighting something 1v1. But yeah, all of these challenges are really just about, how did that hit me? Really just about making, that was a single web attack that dealt damage there. Yeah, they're really just about making sure that I know what's going to happen. I guess it's not even really control, because I'm not controlling what will happen when I do a dragon fight, but I am in control of the scenario. I know everything that is going to happen, and I have some way of affecting it. The AI is not controlling what I do, is I guess the best way of putting it. And whilst I'm not controlling what the AI does, I am with my motions, ensuring that it never does. Well, I mean, sometimes I am. So Butterscorch, for instance, in my Butterscorch loop, I do trigger Butterscorch to do specific attacks. Because I know that they will put me in a good position. And now I really am taking damage, so I'm gonna... Oh. Okay, this is interesting. I've never actually had this happen in the past. Which is a little bit odd, these kind of me not appearing to die. But yeah, I mean, this demonstrates... You can see I've used literally, like, so few items. I could have used shield boosts, I could have gotten the speedy cap from the monument, and I could have spent about a quarter of uptime with Quixocle. I could have used stuff which had armor. Lots of stuff that could be done there. That's just a basic demo. I am surprised I died there, but yeah, basic demo of just how you can survive pretty easily for pretty long times. You can definitely do better than this if you use more items, and honestly, potentially just with a server that behaves slightly differently, because I'm surprised I was dying there. But anyway, thank you all very much for watching. I've been Introvert You, and I hope this helped, and I'll see you around.